to walk into a bit of a shithole and then a few months down the line and it's almost like this palace. It's interesting. Sometimes I'm a little bit naive. I'm a young girl offering massaging service and it gets to the point where it's not as many women that are booking me, it's men.
So they want a happy ending.
And I ain't giving it. So I think networking is key. Depending on what it is that you want to do, find people that are doing that, kind of stick with them. It is important.
Welcome back to my channel where we discuss personal development, business and everything else that's connected. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, then please hit the like and subscribe button. Just to let you know, we are now releasing videos every Wednesday 11 AM and every Sunday 3 PM. Make sure to tune in as you don't want to miss them. So have you come from home today? Day off?
Yeah.
Not
It's not a day off, no, but
you'll be working later on.
Yeah, I haven't had any viewings today or anything.
Yeah. Do you even know why I asked you to come on?
No.
No?
No.
I bet you would want to know though, why though?
Well, I'm assuming it's to do with sourcing.
A little bit. I'll be honest, the main reason why I actually wanted you to come on is because, like, I've been watching your journey and I just think that sometimes, you know, people that they deserve a little bit more credit than what they get.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's trying every day.
Yeah.
So I just felt like you wasn't getting, I don't know, like as much recognition as you should. And I just thought, you know what? It'll be nice to get Loulou on, share her journey as well. And you just never know, like this podcast, you might finish from it and think, oh, you know what? I enjoyed that. I'm going to go and do a podcast, or I want to do something a bit more fun because it was fun. So it might just open your eyes up to a little bit more stuff. And plus, it'll be on YouTube as well forever.
Oh, God.
And you'll look back at it in 12 months. But
it would be good to look back to see where I am in 12 months compared to where I am now. Yeah.
Okay, so who is Loulou?
Loulou is, scrap that, because it's proper cringe when people refer to themselves in third person. So I am a hardworking, genuine, family-orientated, property entrepreneur woman.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I just like to have fun.
Just like to have fun.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means anything I put myself to, I can't do it unless I'm having fun.
Yeah.
So when it comes to work, someone could offer me all the money in the world. If I don't enjoy it, I can't. My brain it can't do it.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah, it's really bad that. But
no, I think that's a good thing. That means you're in tune with yourself.
I have to do something that I enjoy. Otherwise, it won't work. If there's no passion there, then.
So what are your passions? In
property or just in general?
Just general, or in property, or in business, or in whatever.
My main passion is horses.
Really?
Show jumping, yeah. I was a professional show jumper for many years, and that's my only regret in life, is giving that up. I am planning to get back into that, though, like, I want to say the back end of next year, but if it comes before, then it comes before.
You was a professional horse...
Show jumper.
Show jumper?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, tell me.
So I sit on a horse.
Yeah.
And we go over these really big fences.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
So you was a professional like that? Wow.
Yeah, I started young. It started just off as something to do on the weekends that my dad would take me to. And then I really enjoyed it. And then because I really enjoyed it, I was really good. And I'm competitive as well. So they just tied together nicely.
So that was like the first ever thing you kind of did, that you was...
I suppose that was my first job. That was my first role of sort of discipline. When I started professionally, I would have been, I think, about 9, 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I was competing from 9, 10, yeah. I was riding from about 5. Yeah. Maybe 4. I'd have to check that.
You're kidding me?
From a young age, yeah. Obviously not competing from 4 and 5.
But professionally?
Just sat on a pony then.
Right.
But I did my first show at like 9 or 10.
So when you mean professionally, my understanding of that is that, what does that mean professionally, that you get paid?
Yeah, you can get paid, yeah. You have to work your way up into the competition. You have to pay to be a part of the competition, but obviously if you're qualifying for certain rounds, then the rewards can be quite high, can come to like sponsorships or
Go on, Loulou. A
winning
professional
deals.
horse,
Yeah,
right? That's
honestly, it was
sick.
brilliant. I loved it.
So, to what age did you do that then?
I stopped around about 21, 22.
Wow. So you've done it for a good, like, over a
Yeah,
decade,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it builds in core and
Oh,
everything.
honestly, it was on about this the weekend. I was so fit, like
I can
physically
imagine. I
fit,
can imagine.
legs, stomach, and now I'm just like melted wax.
I didn't say that.
But no,
Well,
I was physically fit. I had to be because I
yeah,
was
yeah,
riding
yeah.
every day. Like I've had a few horses.
I've always wanted to ride horses, and I've got in
Really?
touch with a few companies in Cheshire. There's a few that do up there and somewhere else, but I've just never got round to it. But
Oh,
I'd
you
love
should
to.
do
Just,
it.
I know I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can tell me a few places to go to where they do
What
beginners.
is it that you want to do?
Just learn how to ride horses,
Oh, okay.
not professionally.
Yeah, just to
Yeah, yeah,
walk, trot, and canter type of
yeah. See
thing.
if I enjoy that hobby or not.
Yeah, I think you will.
Probably.
Yeah, no animal's the same as well. So.
Okay, so you was a professional horse rider up until 21. Then what happened after that? You get into a
Um,
relationship or something, or
no, do you know what it was? Because I had a few horses at the time.
yeah,
I'm now at that age where teenager, adolescents, everyone's going. All my friends were going out and
yeah.
drinking and food
Okay,
and all
okay.
of that, and I was missing out on all of that. Or I felt like I was missing out on all of that, even though it's nothing looking back. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's my biggest regret.
Yeah.
But when everyone's sort of planning the weekends,
Hmm.
I have to plan shows. So I'm up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then getting all the horses together, get my team together, and it just I felt like I was missing out.
Yeah.
So I just woke up one morning and said, I
I don't
want
want to do it no more.
Yeah,
So what do you do with the horses? Sell them?
yeah, I sold them all. Yeah,
What if I wanted to buy a horse today? What are they worth?
depends what sort of grades that they are, what bloodline they are.
Okay, so
They can be.
like a medium one, like a decent one. Just give me an average price
For a competitive horse,
for like a standard home one.
it's really hard to answer that because it depends what you're doing. You got your dressage horses, you got your show jump horses, and you just got your standard
Okay, so let's
type of
just
donkey
I'll give you an
horse.
example in cars, yeah. So like a Mercedes version of a horse. So like somewhere in the middle.
Um,
So you got Ferrari, you got a little shitty
Yeah.
little whatever, and then you got
I'd say between 30 and 50. 30.
grand.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Mercedes one, but then you got your Ferraris and
Which are you talking 100 and above?
yeah, oh god, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I've just learned something there. I didn't know there was that.
But you can buy a horse for like £500. It won't do anything but
Yeah,
graze.
yeah.
But if you just want to sit on it and trot about,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. So what do you do now then for work?
For work,
Yeah.
I source properties full time now.
Yeah. Just for those that don't know what sourcing properties is.
So I have an investor, or investors, I should
Yeah.
say. They give me a criteria
Yeah.
of what properties that they want, what profit they would want, whether it be a flip or a BRR, buy, refurbish, refinance.
Yeah.
And I then go off and find that deal for them.
Okay.
I secure it, present it to them. It would meet all the criteria, so then, yeah, they exchange, and then that's simply
Happy customer.
happy customer.
Okay, so do you do it like bespoke or do you
I only do bespoke sourcing.
yeah.
Money up front, always.
Money up front, yeah?
Yeah, always.
So what do you charge if someone wanted to, like, let's say an investor's got money that's sat there and he wants to work with you, what do you charge?
It's between 3,000 and 5,000.
Okay.
Your standard houses, like
Yeah.
terraces, semi-detached type of things. So.
And do you look anywhere in the country or any, like...
I was at one point. Now, mainly just focusing on the areas that I know, which is probably like a 30-mile radius of where I am, northwest.
So like
Blackpool, Liverpool, Manchester, Preston, Bolton, St Helens. Yeah, those sort of areas, because I know them now. So
Yeah.
I'd rather give someone the money's worth. I don't want to just... I mean, don't get me wrong, I could find a house wherever, but it means also getting there, and it's time away from my own things, time away from me finding the deals for the investors. It just makes sense to stay where I am.
Yeah. And there's
what I
plenty
know.
here anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah.
There's a lot, yeah.
So the investors that you work with, what do you see? Like, have they got high expectations, or is it like they're understandable? They work with you.
I've been quite lucky, really. I had one investor. His criteria was a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
But we didn't work together purely because I wouldn't be able to find a property for what he was looking for.
Yeah.
He wanted something like a £5,000 refurb but a £40,000 profit.
Mm.
So I was just sort of said, well, what do you think you can get with that £5,000? And he started listing all these things.
Yeah.
You know, and in a polite way, I just said like that's not going to happen. The materials alone are, you know, more than that. So
Yeah.
we couldn't come to an agreement. He wasn't willing to spend any more on a refurb. I'm not going to take someone's money knowing full well I'd have to refund it.
Yeah, of
It
course.
just doesn't make any sense for me. But other than that particular person, yeah, everyone's criteria has been very realistic, yeah.
So on average, yeah, like what's someone's criteria? Like, just like give me an example of someone like where they, you know, most of the investors are happy.
So just sign one up. His criteria, he wants £300 profit for turnkey. Range between 150,000 to 200,000 purchase price.
Yeah.
I've had another one that's signed up, wanted a 25 grand minimum as profit for a flip.
How much?
And
How much?
25 grand.
Yeah.
And then we get you just your sort of lower end of the turnkeys between like 70 to 100,000 pounds purchase price.
Yeah.
Between about 220 to 240 a month profit on the rentals. So all very realistic.
Yeah. So when you mean 250, 300, you mean like after they pulled the money out, right?
So for the rental after they pull the money out. Yeah, so we base our figures on sort of 25,000 as a maximum left in the deal.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It was at 20, but you know, rates have changed, haven't they? So we've had to
Yeah, I suppose.
change that a little bit now.
So obviously you're on the floor. So just guys, just for those that don't know, Loulou's on the floor. Like she's dealing with operations. She's dealing with problems every single day. So like she is the perfect person to tell you what's going on right now, like at the front end. So just so you with what we're talking about, how are you assessing the market in today's, like we're shooting this in, what is it, July, yeah? So how are you assessing the market today? Pay attention, I've got some exciting news for you guys. I've launched a 7-day total free audio course for you guys, which is going to help you improve and elevate your mindset, and it's also going to help you in your business. All you have to do is go and sign up every single day, day 1 to day 7. You will receive a free 2-minute audio from me in my own words, in my voice, and what that will do is help you in your business and your mindset. Make sure you go and sign up and let me know how you find it. Like, in terms of are they full money pull out deals available or not, or if they are, what sort of like range are they available in and that sort of thing?
I think there is some out there.
Yeah.
There is some, you know, golden star and rainbow type of deals out there for sure where you can pull your money out. But it depends on what you want to do with the property, isn't it? So someone can purchase, say, a 4 or 5 bed, you know, big terrace or semi-detached, and if they're going to convert it, then 9 times out of 10 they're going to be able to pull a lot more money out than what they would do if they would just keep it as a standard house. It all depends, really. Yeah,
but would you say, like, let's just say, are there deals available? Like, let's just say you buy a 70 grand house, spend 50 grand on it, and pull most of your money out. Or do you think it's more of a chance of spending, let's say, 200? Spending 100, and then maybe pulling most of it out? Do you know what I mean? They're different kinds.
I mean, I have just found out about one of the deals that I did last year.
Yeah.
So I was having to think last night what was the sort of the best deals that I've done. It was up until Thursday night.
Yeah.
My best deal, the profit was 40,000, but I based it on like 25 to 30. I always go a little bit lower than what I think it's going to be. But this particular house, he ended up, we said it was going to be 25,000 profit.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be more because he was doing a lot of the work himself. So I was thinking 35, maybe like top end.
Yeah.
And he told me on Thursday night he's actually got £60,000.
Really?
Yeah. Going to go for this Thursday and have a look at it.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, to be fair.
What, down here?
Yeah, near Manchester. Manchester, yeah, not far. So it depends. It obviously depends on what the market's doing at the time. Depends what you're going to do with it. It's not really me personally. I wouldn't be able to just sort of pinpoint a yes or a no with how you're asking, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's fine. So, like, what are you like looking to do with properties at the moment? Like, are you looking to buy some yourself as well eventually, or are you just currently happy doing what you're doing and just building a big capital, or what?
Yeah. So with deal sourcing, it's not long term for me. I do have other plans.
Yeah.
And by next year, I will be getting my own properties, you know, flips, depending on what the market's doing.
Yeah.
Flips or BRRs, that ideally, yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I love property.
Do you love it? Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I like just being able to walk into a bit of a shithole and then, you know, a few months down the line and it's almost like this palace. It's interesting, and no property's really the same, is it? So everyone's got their own taste and put their own stamp on things. So
that's true.
It's never boring, really, is it?
So how many properties do you view a week on average?
I don't know. I say on average between 3 and 4 a day. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe from Monday to Friday or from Tuesday to Saturday. I get the odd viewing on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's not been as much, to be fair, on a Sunday now. But depending on what I've got going on as well, if I know I've got a blank week and I don't have to do any work elsewhere, then I can do sort of back-to-back, solidly for the week then.
So is that how you're making your money now, just through bespoke sourcing, or have you got other things going on?
Yeah, there's other things in the background as well. One that I can talk about. I'm on a school panel as well for appeals. So if you had
school panel?
Yeah, so if you had a child
and
you want them to go to a high school and they don't get in, and then you appeal it, that decision then comes to me and 2 other panel members. So I have to basically read through why you want your child to be in the school. Some parents have very valid reasons, sort of like medical reasons why they need to go to that school.
Yeah.
And some of them just, it's kind of like, it's bad to say, but it's a bit of a pity party. The entitlement from some of these parents is a little bit wild. But we have to read through all the cases. If they've got the evidence, then great, because it stacks up whether it's going to be a yes or no type of thing.
Yeah.
But yes, occasionally I do that. That's quite, it's draining. I'm not going to lie, it is draining.
Is it? Is it part-time work or? Yeah,
it's not every day, every week, every month type of thing. It's depending on what school it is as well.
Yeah,
so it's not the same school every time I do it. It's different schools. So, but it's rewarding though, because there's been a few times where 2 other panel members have said no to someone, and I'm saying yes and need to go to the school, and I have to win. So I have to get them in, and every person, every child and every parent that I've said yes to, I've managed to sway the other panel members.
Really?
Yeah, probably shouldn't say that, but you know, if they've got valid reasons.
If you're passionate about it, you know you're right. So,
it's like it's not just because, you know, I like the parent, like the mum's hair or something like that. It's, you know, for genuine reasons.
Yeah.
But because there might be a lot of cases, so they might be leaning, the other panel members might be leaning to someone else to let them in rather than the one that I want to let in. I mean, I'd let them all in, but schools are full, so it just depends, really.
Okay, interesting. So, can you tell me what sort of experience you've got in like business or whatever you've done in your, you know, since properties? How long have you been in properties? Just last 4 or 5 years, is it, or less than that?
Fully, I'd say a year. Fully.
Okay, so fully a year.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before that?
Before, I was a corporate energy broker. Yeah. So if
that sounds posh.
It's not. It's not posh, but it has come in handy for HMOs. Because, say, if anyone's needing a 3-phase meter, that's who you'd be calling me to get that installed and get that all sorted out from like the likes of Caden or whoever it may be in the country.
So you're like on a commission-based role type thing?
Yeah, basic and commission, yeah.
Okay, so have you had any businesses or anything? Have you run any businesses?
Yeah, my very first business was called All Eyes on Me. I named it after a Tupac album. Cringe. I was like 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a baby.
So your first business was All Eyes on Me?
All Eyes on Me, and I was a mobile beauty therapist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did like nails and massages and tans. But I had to stop that.
That makes sense, because you take great care of like, every time I've seen you, you've got flawless skin. Your hair's always like, you put extra effort into it. So I think that's where it comes from then, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because your background of beauty and, you know.
I didn't do it long. Just about 6 months, because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'm a little bit naive. I'm a young girl offering massaging service.
Right.
And it gets to the point where it's not as many women that are booking me. It's men.
Right.
So
So they want a happy ending.
And I ain't giving it. So,
Oh my!
so I
But
have
did you
to
get any
stop.
weird requests
Oh
like that?
God, yeah, yeah. And so don't get me wrong. Sometimes you might be massaging someone, and things can't be helped if things want to maybe arise.
Okay.
But I don't want to put myself in it. I'm 17. I'm a young girl. I don't want to put
Yeah,
myself
yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
situation. I don't want to put myself in that
Flipping hell,
situation
that
now.
was young.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I mainly just then concentrated on nails and like spray tans and everything. But I realised in the end I don't actually enjoy doing that to other people. I like doing it to myself,
Yeah.
but I don't enjoy doing it
So that's
to
out of the
others.
cut. You'll never go back
Oh
there.
God, no, no.
But I remember. I'm sure I heard you ask me or you asked someone about you wanted to get into the restaurant game.
Yeah, I was opening a restaurant. Yeah, gourmet burgers.
What happened there?
I had a very difficult landlord. We secured the property, or I secured the property, I should say. Everything was going full steams ahead. I did get warned about this particular landlord to begin with,
Right.
but I was just excited. It was going to work. So originally, it wasn't up for sale, the premises or anything like that. It was just empty.
Around here somewhere.
Near where I pretty much grew up in Standish,
Where's that?
near Wigan.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's quite a up and coming village. There's good schools around, schools around. Lots of new story buildings going up, houses, all of that. Yeah, shops, new restaurants, all of that. And this premises was empty for about 6 months. It was already a takeaway to begin with.
Yeah, yeah.
They weren't there long. By the looks of it, they sort of maybe I've done a runner because it was still spotless. They left all the stainless steel. It was perfect. Went on land registry. Found out who owned it, emailed them. There was 2 people involved and they had a bit of a fallout. So one wanted to rent it out and one didn't. In the end, it was going back and forth for weeks. And then eventually they said, look, we can't come to an agreement. It's going to be a no. I then moved to London in a strop, spat my dummy out. I was like, do you know what, let me get
This was
away.
recently, right?
No, this was about 5 years ago.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
And then I got an email
Yeah.
about a month and a half of me being in London saying, oh, we've come to a resolution, like, do you still want the property? I was like, yes. I went up the next day.
Wow.
Moved back up, met him, one of them was quite nice. And he just gave me all the warnings under the sun. He just said, look, if you want it, great, you can have it. But if I was you, I wouldn't because of this, this and this and this, this and this. And I just thought, that's your problem. That
Yeah.
You're 2 grown men. Like, that's got nothing to do. I just want to rent the property.
So it didn't work then.
It didn't work because they ended up becoming my problem as well. The other guy was a bit of a weirdo, really. So even like things that he was putting in the lease, that he could turn up at any time, and it was just I can't run a business like that. It was just nonsense. But
Yeah.
the idea that I had for that particular restaurant, no one else in the area had
Really?
done it. Still to this day, actually.
Might be something you do down the
I
line.
would still 100% do gourmet burgers, yeah. I was going to have this vision of like a cup as well, where one side of your cup, your drinking cup, would be like your Sprites or your Diet Cokes, and then the other side would be milkshakes.
Wow.
Because sometimes I want both, but I don't want to buy 2 drinks. So sometimes if you want both, you can have both, but you're not going to drink both. Well, you might drink both, but I had all sorts of plans for it. But my meat was going to be proper, matured meat, seasoned meat, a little bit of flavouring as well from, the Jamaican
And you
side
come up
of
with
it.
these ideas yourself?
Well, to be fair with the drinks, the half and half, I did see someone do that in America,
Okay.
but I haven't really seen that here. So,
But it's still creative though.
and like even with the Tango Ice Blast, I don't like Tango Ice Blast, but I was finding out that people were driving to cinemas
Yeah. Just to get
just
that.
to get the drink. So I thought, I'll buy a machine, which I did buy. I thought, well, I'll have that there. And I had so many ideas for this place, but
It just didn't work.
I had to let it go. It wasn't going to be worth the headache.
Otherwise, you're gonna be flipping burgers, innit?
I don't mind flipping a burger as long as the money's going in my pocket.
That's true. That's true. So tell me about some history with co-sourcing. How's that been? Any nightmare stories? Any bad stories?
I have my own investors now, and I still do co-source as well alongside each other.
Yeah.
But at the start of my journey, yeah, bad deals, sort of bad people that I've co-sourced with, and yeah, unfortunately, one particular instance, this guy, he was just basically lying to his investors for the sake of a few £1,000s, which is pathetic. It's pathetic on any scale to lie to someone. You know, if you can't find them in the deal, don't then say, yeah, don't tell people prices or what the prices are in terms of refurb if you know you can't get it. So basically got shot of him ASAP and then went on to co-source elsewhere.
Okay, so if they're watching this, do you want to call them out? Do you want to say anything?
No, I couldn't give a flying fuck what that little man thinks.
Okay. When you think of social media, what comes to your mind?
Chaos. Absolute chaos.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. Sometimes feel like a bit of a fossil because I don't utilise it how, you know, most do. I'm trying to change that.
You launched a YouTube channel as well recently, right?
I don't know what I was thinking with that.
Why?
I can't keep up with that. No.
No, but you did open one, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a YouTube channel
right, okay.
to watch maybe like other people's stuff. And then I started filming for my own. And then I just thought, no, this is a lot of work. I don't have time.
Work. Yeah.
And I'd need to like send it off to other people to edit. But then even just filming it alone. So I tried it with sort of 2 phones and cameras and everything because I wanted to capture, you know, like the phone calls that I'm having with estate agents. So if they ring me in the car, then I need to make sure the camera's on. And it was just too many things for me to think about. And in the end, I just thought, you know what, actually, I don't know who I thought I was trying to be there. It's not for me.
It's serious work.
It looks like an absolute graft. So, you know, big up to those who do it.
So when you think of social media, you think of chaos, yeah?
It is chaos, yeah.
Do you think there's a lot of fake people out there on social media?
Yeah, 100%. Of course there is. Fake people anywhere, though, not just on social media. Yeah.
But how can someone tell? See, the problem is now, because we live in an era of information, right? Whenever we do go on, like, it's just so much coming at you from different people.
Yeah.
How does someone really, like, from you, what would you say to someone like who's starting off and when they go out there to look on social media? How do you find out if someone's genuine or not?
Well, what we're talking, why would we need to find out whether they're genuine? Are they selling something?
Yeah. Like, they want to work with someone. Because these days, the big thing in it, like, I want a mentor. And, like, I know I get a lot of messages every day, yeah, about I want this, I want that, I want a mentor. Can you recommend any? Firstly, I don't recommend any. I just say, look, that's for you to work out.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you have to go through that journey to figure that out. So but if it's, how would you say to someone, what would you say to someone?
I mean, it is difficult, isn't it? I think, say in the terms of maybe...
How have you done it?
I've done it backwards. I've jumped in all ends. And to be fair, it's not just with this. I would do that anyways. I have to get stuck in to find out things for myself.
Yeah.
But I think anyone who was wanting, you know, sort of a mentorship in any field or any industry, have they done it before? If so, how many people have they done it to or with? And could you then speak to at least 10 of those people? If they've done quite a few, can you speak to 10 of those people who have generally found use from the service? Have they paid? If so, how much did they pay?
Yeah.
You know, there'd be a good few questions. But
so just ask more questions, dig a bit more deep
I wouldn't
before.
just take people's word from it.
Yeah.
In terms of, I can give you mentorship. Okay, well, have you done it before? If so, how many people have you done it? Are all those people happy with your service?
Yeah.
If not, then, you know, maybe...
I think that's a good point.
That's the answer.
Yeah. So how do you reframe difficult situations?
Give me an example.
So let's just say you're faced with... Because I don't know what challenges you go through. So let's just say you're going through a self-belief problem. Let's say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start today. And it could be anything. A brand new business idea. So, and you are having challenges with your mind. How do you reframe that?
It's hard.
Yeah.
I definitely get my hard days, for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can be really, really high, and then I'll just crash. My issues is diet and exercise. Obviously, I used to be really, really fit. But I think if you're able to have the right people around you in what you want to do or what you want to look like, then, you know, if they can sort of hold you accountable, or if you've got family and, you know, friends, I think things like that matter. My problem is sometimes I try and do everything myself,
Yeah.
And I won't ask for help. And that's something that I've been doing for years. I would rather just tackle things alone. But I'm trying to change that now, and I would say I have changed quite a bit of that. If I need a kick up the bum, I know certain people that I can ring to give me that. I don't always want the soft approach. I want someone telling me,
Yeah.
stop being a dickhead. Do you want this or not?
Yeah.
Whether that be gym or whether
Whatever
that be
it is.
business, yeah.
So I think that's a good one. Environment, right? So have the
Yeah.
right people around you, innit?
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. How do you relax?
Relax. What's that?
How do you relax? Like,
Relax.
how do you how do you relax? How do you like spend time with yourself, with your own self? And because you're always on the road working, grafting. I've seen
Yeah.
you go to London all the time now recently. So how do you find time for yourself and relax?
Well, I just went camping. So that wasn't out of the blue.
First time?
No, I've not been. I've been camping before, but I've not been in years. I
Yeah.
used to go a lot as a teenager.
Yeah.
That it's done a lot for me. That just 2 days without a phone has been.
But you had no phone for 2 days?
We had no signal. So
Wow.
my bar was on SOS. It was great, and I knew it was going to be no signal.
Yeah.
So when he told me that, I wanted to go even more then.
Yeah.
But just not being able to be.
Be in tune with your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Was that good for you? Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds so cheesy, but those 2 days has done me a world of wonders. I've recharged, refreshed, and just reprogrammed my head. Sometimes it can get a lot. Like I said, I am on the road a lot, and then I'm speaking to people a lot. I'm not actually a sociable person. So, no. I could stay in my house weeks on end without seeing anyone.
Well, where does that come from then?
What, being sociable?
No, being alone with yourself.
I don't know. I think it kind of runs in the family. We like being alone, but we are kind of sociable or can be sociable.
I think you're selective in it. So with the right people, you'll be okay.
Yeah, but sometimes with the right people, I still want my own space.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love my peoples, but I still need me time. I think to wind down as well, something that I will probably do, because I don't really watch TV or anything new.
You don't watch TV, no?
Well, I watch TV with things that I've already seen before, so then I don't have to fully concentrate on it. So I'm really into my Marvel movies.
Okay.
So if I'm working from home, I'll have that in the background, one of them. Obviously, there's loads. But yeah, I don't watch anything new, unfortunately.
Okay. It's interesting you say that, because I find like I can spend time with myself as well. So like I love it.
I love time right alone. It's great. And with my cats as well.
How many cats you got?
I have 2.
Yeah.
But I'm looking after my mum's as well.
So you got 3?
But then the neighbour's cat.
So you got 4?
Is kind of around a lot. And I don't know what they're doing, like whether they look after him or not, I don't know. So if he comes to the window or the back door or whatever, then I'm not going to leave him outside because it's just cruel, especially if it's raining.
Yeah.
So I kind of have 3.5 cats.
Okay. So here's my thoughts on cats is that, see cats and dogs.
Yeah.
See with dogs I find they're a bit more predictable with what they're about to do type thing. With cats I find them a little unpredictable.
Have you ever had a cat?
Never. But I've come across them it's just I can't read the mood.
They are different, but they're more like people in terms of, don't just touch me because you think
where I
you can
live,
touch
there's a cat where I live, so I see it every day, but I can't read it
because it's not your cat.
Well,
it's not your cat. You have to get to know them. They're not just like like most dogs. They love a pat from anyone, and everything's just happy and good vibes all the time. I do like that about dogs, but and some are loyal, some are not. You get that in any species. But cats, they're different. They depends whether they like you or not. If they don't like you, then they're not fucking with you. It's as simple as that. Sometimes as well, I think they can sense, if you're a good person or not.
What with cats?
Oh yeah, God, yeah. I had a cat once called Tevez, and he was the friendliest cat. I named it after a footballer at the time when Carlos Tevez played for us. He was the friendliest cat to anyone. And one particular time we had this decorator around, and he was hissing at him.
He was what?
The cat was hissing at the decorator.
What, like biting at him and hitting him?
No, like hissing, like making noises.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
From a distance. And I just thought, ooh, no, I don't want that guy in my house anymore. So I just thought, it sounds crazy, and I know how it sounds, but I know my cat.
You know your cat.
I know my cat. It'd be like if you had a dog, your dog was friendly with everyone, but this one person that you've just met and was barking and he was growling, wouldn't you think there was something wrong with that person?
Yeah, yeah.
Animals know these things.
Okay,
they do.
This is Loulou's.
They do. Believe me, Ibby, they do. They do.
So see, like, this might sound like a dumb question, but I'm gonna ask anyway. So see, like, let's just say a normal dog there, and you put your hand in a dog's mouth, it probably won't bite. But if you do that in the same cat, you'll play around with them with a cat. Will they bite or will they?
Depends. I wouldn't approach a cat the way I would approach a dog.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I want to know. This
so
is
with a cat, if I
education,
see a stray cat,
yeah.
you know, you do all the pss, pss, as you normally do.
Yeah.
If it comes up to you, I'd let it sniff me first. I wouldn't just invade its space. Yeah, I'd let it sniff me for a bit and see how he is or she is, and then see if I can stroke from there.
Right.
I wouldn't just go over to it, and it's like it's consent, isn't it? As well, cats are they're more about consent. Don't just touch me. You know, want to know where you've been and what you're around. Yeah, who are you? Yeah.
Yeah, don't just come.
That's why I like them.
Okay.
And they're cute.
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel like I've understood them a little bit better now. What do you think about AI?
It scares the life out of me.
Why?
It's just.
Why does it scare you?
It's just very futuristic, isn't it? This whole Chat GPT, was it GPT, GTP, GPT?
Yeah, Chat GPT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you used it?
I have used it. Yeah. And yeah, it's just scary. It's great.
Oh, do you like it as well?
I do like it, but it's just scary. Like, I don't fully understand it just yet.
Okay, it's still new, I think. It's not new, but yeah.
And I do need to get more clued up in it, because the way the world, it will go like that. You know, you either get clued up or you get left behind, isn't it? So,
yeah. Are you excited about it then, yeah? Do you think you could bring it into sourcing somehow? Have you thought about it?
I haven't thought about it in terms of sourcing. I've thought about it in another industry, which I can't talk about just yet.
Yeah.
I think it will play a massive part. I think it'll play a massive part to most things, really.
Imagine it just be able to break down a deal on a house.
Yeah, that'd be scary, wouldn't it? But then there'd be no use for me then. What would you be using me for?
Yeah, the person who... Yeah, fair enough. Because I think it'll still be a market, though, because people haven't got the time to do it, or they won't know the right things to put in, maybe. Because it's all words research or something, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think of it?
I love it. I think it's great. I think what will happen is the people that are authentic will stand out more, and the people that are fake will be exposed more.
Oh, I never thought about that, you know.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because it's so available, people will naturally seek for more proof from people.
Yeah.
So people that have got history, like you've sourced over, 3 million worth of properties, you've done that.
Yeah.
No one can take that away from you.
Yeah.
And it's proof. So people like you and people like me that we do the stuff will stand out more naturally than the people that don't. So I'm excited for that reason.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But I'm also excited for the people that use it, because I want them to use it, because they will get exposed.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That's my thought.
That's a great way of looking at it. Now I'm excited for that.
So I'm excited. What's your philosophy when it comes to money? Hey YouTube, I'm really sorry to cut you off, but I have to share this with you. I want you to get to your next level, and I believe that personal development is the gateway to success. So what I've done is I've gone and created a 7-day free audio course. This is totally free. All you have to do is sign up, and from day 1 till day 7, every single day you will receive a 2-minute audio from me, which will elevate your mindset and give you power in your business. Make sure you go and sign up and let me know how you find it.
There was a saying, isn't there? Does money make you happy? And I'm not going to be one of these people saying, no, you know, it's, life itself and family and all that. Yeah, okay, family does make me happy, but, you know, the things that I want to do and the care and security that money, everything revolves around money. So I think it matters. It's important.
Yeah.
So.
But what do you understand? Do you feel like it's easy for someone to just wake up and make money, or do you think like it's not that easy as sometimes some people make out. And
I think it depends on who you are.
Okay.
Not every person's the same. Not everyone's had the same upbringings. Not everyone has the same opportunities.
Yeah.
But I do believe there's a lot of money out there to be made, and if you really wanted it, and your circumstances allow you to have it, then I think money's quite easy to get. It's reachable.
Okay. Interesting. So can you tell me some of your most difficult times over the last 12 months? What will shape and outlook your outlook in life and people? And go whichever way you want with this.
Difficult times.
Over the last 12 months, not over the last 10 years.
The last 12 months, I think there's a lot of... Okay, obviously the last 12 months have been in property.
Okay.
There's a lot of fake people.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think the last 12 months has taught me more about myself than it has done in the past sort of few years, because, for example, I've allowed certain things to happen, or, say if you're seeing things and you're hearing things, the old me wouldn't take part in it, or, I'm always kind of that person that would stand up for things or be like, why are you saying that? Why are you doing that type of thing?
Yeah.
And I think there's been some occasions where I've just sort of, let me just brush that under the carpet and pretend I didn't see that, pretend I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
And I think that's been the main difficulties is dealing with people who aren't what they say that they are.
Okay.
But again, you can get that anywhere. It hasn't been a struggle where, like I'm depressed or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's opened my eyes the past 12 months into a lot of stuff.
Okay. So would you say that if someone's faced with a situation like that, like follow your intuition?
Yeah, follow your gut.
Like,
Yeah,
don't
100%.
just be...
Don't do what I did and just pretend you didn't see or hear it.
Right.
Or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't... If you had that feeling at the time, if you've heard something, if you've seen something and it didn't sit right with you,
right,
don't just ignore it. Follow your gut and stay
And you can say no if you want. Do you want to share any details of anything that you went through?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I had to ask though, right?
You had to.
Yeah. Maybe one day?
One day for sure, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. When's that one day? We'll get her booked in. Okay, cool. Okay, so how does someone surround themselves with A players? Because it's not easy these days, right? Like a lot of people want to surround themselves with the best, right? And how does someone do that, especially if they're starting off?
I think networking is key.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
Again, in any industry, find people that are doing that, or where, people where you want to be, what they're doing, then, kind of stick with them and see if you can get around them. It is important, yeah, for sure.
So whatever field you want to go in, see who the people are in there and just go and network there. And
go and talk to them.
Yeah,
Pick up the phone or...
Don't be afraid, right?
Yeah, it's easier said than done, but yeah, of course, yeah, if you can put yourself in the room with these people who you want to be like, then do it. What's the worst that can happen, really?
Okay, so I've seen you recently go to London a lot to Savoy's events. How have they treated you, and what's your experience like with them?
They're just genuine, good-hearted, good, soulful people.
Really?
Yeah. Got a lot of time for them. Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to go to their last event, but I had to go to Monaco. So,
oh, well, if you have to go to Monaco...
No, and I said next time, But I've seen
September.
Is it September?
September, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's all those vibes going on up there.
They know how to do it. They do, yeah. It's a good evening. Being around certain people, and yeah, it's just good. They're just good vibes. They're just good people, good genuine people.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been around a lot of successful people, right?
Have I?
Hey?
Have I?
Or have you not? It seems that way. What are some of the traits that with some of the people that are successful? What are some of the traits that you like and you dislike?
Well, what do you define as successful?
So I'm talking from like a social media perspective, right?
Okay.
So someone who seems like they're doing well, they're showing the right things, they're saying the right things, and it's easy for these days for people to fall for social proof, right? You've been around people like that, so what I'm asking is like, what are some of the good traits and bad traits from people that are got a little bit of money?
I think some of the good traits, people are consistent with it, whether it be true and authentic or whether it be bullshit. I suppose at least they're consistent with the bullshit, or at least they're consistent with the truth.
Yeah.
If we're talking about social media, then I think consistency plays a really big part in that, and that's something to admire from people who do it day in and day out and can put content out, and especially because that's how the way the world is at the moment. But it all depends, like I said, what you really define as successful, because there's people that I'm really close with who I consider seriously successful, but they're not necessarily, driving around in, the top end of cars, or depends what they've done in their life and how old they are. And to me, successful is not just...
What is success to you? Just you define it. Because that'll be interesting to hear that. What is success to you, like, in terms of just...
I think, as cheesy as it sounds, whether they're genuinely happy and maybe whatever they've had happened in the past or where they are now, I say like, obviously, the likes of yourself, your story, know of your story, brief parts of it. Yeah. And then to say where you are now, I would consider you very successful. Okay. But not just in terms of, I mean, I don't know what money you've got. Yeah. But say money aside, just of how you've come out of it. So it just depends. Yeah. It's not...
That's a great way to put it, isn't it?
Yeah. Not everyone can do or live everyone else's stories. Like, it's hard out here.
Yeah. So what's next for you then, Loulou? What are you doing next? What's happening in your world? I know you don't want to share too much details, but whatever you can share, like...
It's not that I don't want to share, it's just that I can't yet.
Yeah.
Because the past couple of months, there's something in the works.
Something brewing, right?
Yeah. And...
Guys,
it's exciting.
Stay tuned for what's brewing.
But I can't say just yet.
Yeah.
Because it might not be definite yet.
But when it is, come back on and tell us then when.
I think by the time that this video is out.
Yeah,
you'd know. So,
we'll know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what's been your darkest moment in your life? Like some of the most darkest times where you thought, you know what, this was really bad for me. Like.
Work related. That's the reason why I actually went into property. So my last job that I spoke about before. Yeah. When I was a corporate energy broker, I was on very, very good money. There was a little situation. Well, not little. There was a situation that happened. A few racist comments, and
really,
I quit. Which it wasn't hard to do. I think. If you knew what I earned, or if people knew what I earned, people would have think, oh, could you not maybe just sort of suck it up? But I quit after I was like, shit, have I done the right thing? Obviously, everything goes through your head. And then they did try and get me back, offered me more money. And I had to do like sort of like an interview process and all of this. Not interview in terms of getting a job, but just sort of so they can have a full understanding of what happened and why I've quit and what was said and all this malarkey. Didn't want to go back there. Then, that's pretty much how I went into property, because I spent a good few weeks, about 3 months. I was very depressed. And
how did you come out of that depression?
Oh, do you know what it was? I saw a video on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, someone in property saw a video on YouTube, and I thought that makes sense. Deal sourcing. Right. That makes perfect sense. Like, I was in bed for 3 months. Really? Yeah, I worked so hard for this company. I worked my way up very quickly. It was a tough job. It was interesting that every single day was different. And obviously the markets are moving every day, pretty much. And then for it all just to come sort of shattering down because people in their loose lips. But yeah, I was in bed for about 3 months, had my TV in my room, came across this video on YouTube. Yeah. And then from that, I immediately took my TV out of my bedroom and I literally just got to work straight away. Wow. It's like it just snapped me out. It was weird.
Social media does good stuff as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went to his course like a week later.
Interesting. Loulou, if an investor or anybody wants to work with you,
Yeah.
wants you to source them a deal, what's the process?
So sort of pre-qualify investors first.
Yep.
If they're ready to go now, then yeah, let's have a chat now. So sort of get an idea of what sort of strategy that they're wanting to do, because I mainly do BRRs,
Yep.
turnkeys, HMOs and flips. So obviously I've been approached by some, rent-to-rent essays type of thing, but I don't usually touch that.
That's
so
not you, yeah.
No, it's not for me, that, yeah.
Right.
So I make sure that, they're within my sort of realms and what I can provide for them. And
Yeah.
if they're ready to go now, then yeah, we can jump on the phone, have a quick call, see more of their understanding, what they're looking for, get the full criteria, go through the numbers. They might tell me a little bit about themselves, and then I'll talk about myself and what I can provide for them. Usually I give a 3 months time for me to find the property. It doesn't take up to 3 months, but just to cover my own end, because obviously I'm dealing with other investors as well.
Yeah.
They are aware, obviously, immediately that I'm on a bespoke basis, so whatever the purchase price is, depending on what the sourcing fee is, I explain that it is an upfront payment. If I don't find anything within 3 months, sometimes 3.5 months, depending on where they are in the country, because
Yeah.
I need to get there, then I just simply, be up to them whether they want to extend the time for me to find them a property,
Yeah.
or if they want their money back. So it'll be up to them.
And you know what? I need to ask you another one on the back of that. So it's interesting that for other deal sources that are looking and want to get into sourcing, when that money deposits into your bank, do you spend it or do you wait till the complete is?
It depends, because sometimes I already have something in mind, because the more you're sourcing, the more agents you're speaking to, the more access you have to things. So
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
I might already have, I won't tell them that, but I might already have a deal for them.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
I know they're going to take it, I wait for them to say yes, obviously, first.
Yeah.
But if that's within a day, then I know I can then spend the money. And obviously, if something comes up on the reports with the survey, then it's still up to me to, say if it's something bad and they need excess amount of money taken off the purchase price to cover for the refurb.
Yeah.
I'll still be here throughout the journey, so I will still do the negotiations and.
Oh, well, that's
liaison with
good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I won't just source your property and just leave you to it.
So you'll do the full.
Yeah, I'll be with you. Not to the end, but to at least the process. Of completion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My final question, well, final two questions is that Loulou, are you single?
Next question.
Next question. Okay. So, what advice would you give to someone who is watching and who wants to get into the property journey or business journey or just personal development journey? Just any advice, any words of wisdom from you to them?
Words of wisdom. Property. I think finding genuine people who are doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I think networking is so key. And network with a lot of people.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
just sort of stick, with one particular crowd. Move about and see how everyone is doing something, and, take little pieces from the good parts from everyone.
Yeah.
And, just sort of put it within yourself and just get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be hard. I struggle with it personally, but the more sort of networking events I've been to and the more people I'm around in different industries or at the top of the journey, at the start of the journey, it matters, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if that's wise words as such.
I think it's
but
great words to, finish off on, because what you're trying to say is that don't just sit in one place.
Yeah.
Get out there and network, otherwise things are not
Can't
going to
stress
happen.
that enough. Don't just sit in one place.
Yeah.
Network, move around, keep your skin quiet. That's something that my mum would always say. Keep to yourself and don't absorb any sort of negativity, Just keep it moving, but as long as it's moving up,
Yeah.
that's the main thing.
That's the key, yeah. Do you want to say anything, share anything if you've not touched on, or you think that we've missed anything out? If
I
not,
don't think so. I think you've been very prepared.
and you've been very cautious.
I've been very cautious.
Is that like, let me think how I answer this. Oh, define that, Ibby.
Just want some clarification.
Yeah. But listen, Loulou, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate
Thank you for
that.
having me.
And hopefully we'll see you in part 2.
Yes.